Welcome back to the SHAC Talk podcast. I'm Alec, and today we're diving deep into one of the most important tasks for unit volunteers, delivering effective family Friends of Scouting presentations. Many volunteers feel nervous about this responsibility, but with the right approach, it can become one of the most rewarding parts of your service. We'll break down every component of a successful presentation, from the opening remarks to the final thank you.
That's absolutely right, Alec. I'm Eden, and we know that asking for support can feel daunting, especially when you're speaking to fellow parents and leaders who are already giving so much of their time. But here's the important perspective shift. You're not just asking for money. You're inviting them to partner in creating life-changing experiences for young people. With our comprehensive roadmap, any volunteer can deliver a confident presentation in just 5 to 8 minutes that truly connects with the audience and inspires meaningful support.
Let's start with the foundation, the introduction. Have the event host introduce you. This might be the Cub Master at the Blue and Gold Pack event. Thank the audience for their commitment and frame the conversation as a partnership. Keep it warm and genuine. 30 to 45 seconds to create immediate connection.
I always suggest something like, "Thank you all for the incredible work you do with our youth week after week. Your dedication is what makes our scouting program so special. I'm here tonight to talk about how we can work together to ensure that this life-changing impact continues and grows for every scout in our unit and council." This approach immediately connects you to their mission and frames the conversation as a partnership rather than a transaction.
Perfect. Next, you need to create the vital connection between the ask and their specific unit's needs. This is where you explain how Friends of Scouting funds directly support the programs, camp maintenance, training resources, and materials that their scouts and leaders benefit from every single day. Be specific about how these funds impact your unit. Mention recent camp experiences, advancement opportunities, or leadership development that wouldn't be possible without this financial support. This makes the request feel relevant and immediate rather than abstract.
Be specific. These funds help send our scouts to camp, support leader background checks, and maintain our camping equipment. Raise your hand if you've been to Camp Strake or Beauvais Scout Ranch. Tangible examples help families understand exactly how their contribution matters, like how in Sam Houston Area Council, we can offset program and camp fees through the Fund in FOS campaign.
Build trust through transparency. Explain that funds stay local for council operations supporting your unit. Friends of Scouting is the largest source of annual support for our council. Every dollar donated stays right here in our council to support local scouts. This demonstrates responsible stewardship.
And now for the emotional heart of the presentation. Share a brief but powerful story that illustrates the transformative power of scouting. Talk about a specific scout whose life was genuinely changed. Maybe one who discovered confidence through their first camping experience, developed leadership skills by organizing a service project, or found belonging in our scouting family. Or talk about how one of the most important aspects of FOS is providing financial assistance to scouts who couldn't otherwise afford to participate through registration assistance, uniform bank, and camperships. Keep it to about 60 seconds, make it personal and authentic, and connect it back to how Friends of Scouting funding made that transformation possible. Stories create emotional resonance that facts and figures alone can't achieve.
After the story has created that emotional connection, it's time to transition to the specific ask. Be direct, but always respectful and appreciative. Suggest a meaningful but accessible amount, like the cost to sponsor 2 scouts at $750, and emphasize that every single gift, regardless of size, collectively makes a tremendous difference in sustaining our program. Explain that some families may be able to contribute more while others contribute less, and that both are equally valued as expressions of support for our shared mission of developing character in young people. Now let's discuss the unit-specific FOS goal and the exciting incentive. The deadline is March 31st with a fantastic incentive. Units achieving their goal get 50% off District Day-Twilight Camp or Full Throttle. This savings benefits every family and demonstrates our collective commitment. Remind the audience to ask if their employer matches gifts so can quickly double or increase their impact.
Finally, conclude with a sincere thank you that acknowledges their generosity and reinforces how their contribution fuels the scouting adventure for every youth. Leave them feeling good about their partnership.
After your presentation, make donation materials accessible and follow up with gentle reminders. The goal is convenience and 100% family's participation while respecting family decision-making processes.
Remember to celebrate contributions collectively. At the end of the night, acknowledge how much was raised together. This recognizes the incredible support from our scouting families and brings us closer to the unit goal.
Let me add some practical timing tips. The ideal presentation window is 5 to 8 minutes during a unit ceremony when families are focused. Coordinate with your unit leader to ensure smooth integration into the event agenda.
And for common questions, explain that while unit dues cover immediate costs, FOS funds support the broader infrastructure like council camps and leader training. It's the difference between funding the engine and building the highway.
The most powerful tool you have is your authentic passion for scouting. People respond to sincerity more than polished presentations. Your genuine belief in the difference these funds make will resonate with family.
Thank you for joining us for this comprehensive guide to delivering outstanding Friends of Scouting presentations. Remember that every time you stand up to speak, you're representing not just the fundraising campaign, but the entire scouting movement and the values we stand for.
Thank you for your commitment and for making a difference through your volunteer service.